Okay, we just finished the maiden voyage with this thing with taillights hooked up. Yeah, track straight as an arrow. Absorbed all the bumps pretty well. Granted, it's not loaded, but pulled it with I believe this is an '89 Dodge Ram Charger. It's my dad's truck. None of mine are in towing condition right now, but I fit the toolbox on here real quick and easy. It's only sheet metal screws holding it on right now, and of course I need to paint the tongue and lay some rubber out underneath it. And we set our marker lights up on the box, but they're not hooked up yet. Anyway, success. From 5 miles an hour to 60, did just fine. Well, and several months later, I finally got some paint on this thing. Still not registered or nothing like that, but it's painted, so that's another step in the right direction. Just masked this thing off and painted the front of it white. I didn't even use painters masking stuff. I just used an old blue tarp because I am lazy. But anyway, I just threw some Rust-Oleum by the quart on here. This good old stuff. Used 1 can of primer and about 1.5 quarts of this enamel. And of course you got to thin it with acetone. On the primer it says, you know, well, it's all 3 of the cans of primer and the enamel. It says to thin it 15% with the acetone. That worked perfect for the primer. Didn't work so well with the enamel. When I first started spraying it was coming out kind of clumpy almost, and so I just dumped a little more acetone in there, diluted about 25%, and hey, it worked great. So went ahead and went with that. So there's a coat of primer, 2 coats of paint. I think I got even spread on everything. I know that last coat of paint was kind of thin here and there, but it looks pretty good. So that should definitely keep it from getting all rusty and whatnot. Yeah, I painted back over the green, 3/4 of an inch back, a little bit more so on the roof, just because there was a lot of burn paint from seal welding that rooftop up. So it's been drying for several hours now. So let's go ahead and peel back the tarp and see what she looks like. Ooh, a bit thick. Like the way that hinge turned out. Oops, tore the tape. This is a 3M auto body masking tape, the green stuff. It is really good stuff. If you leave it on something too long, boy is it tough to get off. Anyway, breaking this off. Sorry about my incredible shakiness. I've got a really cheap camera and I still haven't fashioned myself a tripod. I'm unwilling to pay for one. Anyway, blah blah blah. Shut up. Cool. You can't really see up there, but I think some of that paint might have ran underneath the tarp. I don't know. If it did, I don't care, because it's on the roof and nobody's going to see it. And as I stated before, didn't build it for beauty. Anyway, something I didn't mention earlier. I applied said paint with a Harbor Freight HVLP like $15 spray gun. I read a bunch of reviews online about this thing. All the professionals out there said, oh, this thing's a piece of crap. Well, yeah, what do you expect? It's a $15 paint gun. But all the 4x4 and off-road guys that bought these things say, hey, if you're just looking to throw some paint on something just to keep the rust off, and you don't care if it doesn't look too sharp, this is a great gun on a budget. And I would have to agree with that statement. Laid on the paint pretty evenly, I think. I don't have any experience using one of those types of guns, but it was easy to use. Laid it on there pretty clean, and so far I haven't clogged it up. A lot of people complain of clogging, but You gotta purge them out with acetone or paint thinner or something. Get all the paint out of them, otherwise they're definitely gonna clog. Anyway, I powered that sucker with just this little Harbor Freight Central pneumatic. 21 gal. These things are like $170 with a coupon, I think. It's a good little compressor. It's not rated to keep up with a paint gun, but for my purposes, it did just fine. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So anyway, part 9 of the Green Bean trailer van. Thanks for watching.